Hi everyone, today we will talk about the economy in China. And first I will introduce you guys about the GDP. The GDP is the GDP means the gross domestic products. This is the total monetary value of all goods and services produced within the country's boundary, regardless the person produced them. It is the total value of the production across all sectors within an economy. MER means the market exchange rate. GDP is the total monetary value of all goods and service products in the country about market exchange rate. When the market exchange rate changes, it also affects the gross domestic product of China. And look at this table. It talks about the GDP in China from 29 to the 2040. Next, we will talk about the PPP. The PPP means the purchasing power parity. It is the combined value countries currencies through a budget of goods that can be purchased. It's used in the company economies with different price strategy. It's argued that the exchange rate between the national currencies is the equivalent to the rate of the purchase power. This theater allowed a person to determine the purchase power among those particular countries. GDP, also the PPP is the total monetary value of the goods and services produced within a country about purchasing power in that country. The cost of labor in rich countries is higher, whereas the cost of labor in development countries is lower. This means their cost of living is different. Therefore, directed comparison of these countries' per capita GDP will not put this difference into account. Hence, PPP is used in adjustment of this difference. And the cost of labor in China is high. GDP per capita is definite as the total number of output in the particular country divided by the total number of the population in that country. It also can be defined as the total economy per head in a country. There are two ways measure the GDP per capita. This is the nominal and the purchase power particular. This is the two way of the. The next, we will talk about customer inflation. Inflation is the percent increase the price of goods and services in an economy. Customers, in fact, is also referred to the customer price index. It also means the CPI. It is the rate at which the general price of the goods and services in an economy increase, leading to a fear on the purchase power of this particular country's currency. Customers, in fact, is also referred as the customer price index. It measures the price change levels of values, goods and services that individual and the households purchase. Value samples represents the meaning of the commodities are calculated and their price are estimated. Index for the good and the service presents the values, the characters that are computed and they combined to produce an overall index reflection their sharing in the customer's intention that is already been covered in that data. Most of the agent's options satisfies calculate it one of the values made of the price index. Customers' inflation bring about present increase in the price of goods and services that customers pay for the particular products at a certain period of the week. This table shows the inflation customer price for China. Then we will talk about the unemployment. Involuntary unemployment occur when a person is willing and able to work under the under the condition of the job but cannot secure it. Here, a person may have enough being hired, and therefore he or she must actively look for another job. Unemployment occurs when a person finds he or herself in between jobs. This makes a worker to abandon a job so as to get into another one. This type of the unemployment when occur in the Amazon in May, where persons were confident of leaving their job to get into another of their interest due to the lower unemployment rate, which was the experiments in the state. This made people to easily move from one job to another. From an economic point of the value, this is the best form of the unemployment because job is readily available. And this table shows the rejected unemployment rate for China. Circular unemployment occur due to the values change in the circle of the business. It increased in the periods of the economy resistance and decreased in the period when the economy is growing. During the recession, there is less production, less profits, less saving, and therefore unemployment is very high. During the period of the economic growth, there is a high production, high profit, and high saving, and their unemployment rate is very low. Jobs are readily available. For example, in the United States, the number of weekly jobless can be reduced as the price of the oil began to increase and the economy stays hence more jobs were correct. Structural unemployment occurred due to the changed technology. It occurs when the worker lose their job as a result of the technology advancements enhance the readers their security, update, and absolute. Next, we will talk about exchange rate systems. Exchange rate system refer to the way of the certain bank controls its currency relative to another currencies and the market of the foreign exchange. There are various forms of the exchange rate system. This includes the fixed system, forward system, direct form system, and the currency union. Fixed system is the rate that is directly contribute to our currency. This